and on the spot, we weren't expecting much because they retired. We thought, okay, maybe they're set, but the gentleman Lane, he said, you know what, I love this, I want to do this, I'm gonna get licensed. So we recruited him, and we recruited their friend, uh, who's also filling up her AMA over there. So yeah, it's just teamwork. But the more exciting part, again, like I said, there's pizza, there's chips, there's juice, but we're talking about this new industry, three circles, three boxes, and recruited that couple, and there you go, right? Napkin. I don't know. Again, like I said, I think I went through like eight or so napkins over this 4 days, and this is me talking to our teammate direct. He's an accountant in LA. He's and he's like, okay, I'm gonna take my exam this week. He was excited to take exam, and he passed on Saturday. And he's like, man, now I can share something easily, right, on a napkin or whatever. This is me with a business owner. Uh, she's like, man, I don't know what this is easy to understand, right? It's simple, and then now we're working on like nine different accounts for her business, her was it her employees. And lastly, before we left San Diego, we met with this young couple, 21 years old guy. He's in the Marines. He's a Marine. His wife, 20 years old, they have a 11-month-old baby. And guess what's on the Panera bread table there? It's a flip chart. It's three circles, three boxes on a napkin, and talking about compensation. So I asked her at the end of this, I said, okay, and I asked the couple, I said, what did you like the most about what you saw? So we showed them, a lot of things, right? And guess what? She said, I love this napkin, right? This is what I love the most about what you showed me of all the things, right? So I'm just so this trip we recruited like four people across the country. We're working on a lot of follow-ups on accounts that we're gonna write with my new licensed person there, as well as with our new leg there that we're developing. So yeah, it's just a game changer, coach. Oh, the other thing I wanted to share is this. So coming back from our trip in Austin, I see this picture, this post. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, and I'm like, wow, who's this? Right? And I didn't know who these people were. I knew they were in our team, but actually they were in Natasha's team. And I know Natasha for a long time has been saying, well, sometimes with our the Eastern European community, they're not really that comfortable opening up their home. And I see this, I'm like, wow, right? So now we're breaking through, right? People are doing home BPMs. The people who were reluctant to do home BPMs. I don't even know Yuri. I've never met him, but I know him through just our, Zooms and whatever in the team. And now he's doing his own home BPM at his home. He's presenting it with his wife, with Nina and her team in Colorado. So even Colorado, where home BPMs are just happening left and right. And I think the confidence comes from the last two summits, coach. So you talk about, the impact, right, of the things we do. The two summits, the biggest impact for at least what I see in our team is that the confidence simplicity gives, right? The simplicity of three circles and three boxes, simplicity of showing the breakthrough in compensation, which I showed in Austin Trainer Academy too. The simplicity of four boxes and product highlights of like four or five products that are so simple but so powerful and so like energizing, right? So
Yeah.
so that's the word I think is this whole thing, coach, re-energized not only the team, re-energized our community in terms our team in terms of home BPMs, in terms of one-on-ones. Uh, it energized the new people, it energized the old people, it energized me. And now we're like, man, we this is unstoppable now. We're at about actually in our base, we're at 18 recruits so far. So I'm trying to hit one a day. We're gonna get there, but yeah, it's just we're having home BPMs now. more regularly than before. We almost forgot about them, unfortunately. Relied too much on the office, and now it's like everyone is either hosting one. Tonight, I have a Spanish one hosted by one of my MDs, Spanish BPM, home BPM. Well, actually, it's going to be at their restaurant, right, which is closed for the day. So we're gathering guests, and I'm not gonna do it in Spanish, but we have enough players to do it, and they're all excited, right? So the sharing, join, own, share, right? So now it's just sharing, sharing, sharing. We're gonna kill this with recruiting, and Melissa over here, her report's 50, but actually has I think 53 now this month in the base. I think, I mean, uh, I'm trying to catch up to her too, but I don't know, Melissa, if you can share a little bit. And I know Mia also has a lot of good news to
Yes.
share about their the new energy, right? That's permeating in the team as far as home BPM and three circles and all this wonderful simplicity that we have. So yeah,
Yeah.
Melissa, go ahead.
Yes, Coach Victor. Yes, as you know, we just we were in Oak Brook last weekend, and this weekend we were in Las Vegas. We're just really cranking up our home BPM with these trips. Also, what really the ultimate goal for this trip is to really mobilize the team to G25 as well. That's the main goal. But while we're doing that, we're increasing our recruiting numbers. We're now at 56 base shop recruits, about 228,000, let me see, 288,000 points submitted. So yes, the home BPM is really and with a simple presentation now, we have our teammates really, closing with that simple presentation, the three circles, three boxes, four boxes, keeping it simple, and really bringing people into our campaign is the ultimate solution for people out there. So yes, Coach Victor, we're just doing that day in and day out, and making sure that our base is continuously growing. And again, the ultimate really point of what we're doing right now is to bring them to the G25, and that's still gonna be our main goal. But yeah, that right now, the three circles, three boxes, we've done that. As a matter of fact, we are here in our home right now, at the Emmeline, hitting her GX2. We have currently eight GX finishers, but just by showing the simple three circles, three boxes. So that's what we've been doing.
What's your so how many people out of the 56, how many people are bringing in recruits without you being there, without you doing the Zoom or doing the three circle or whatever the presentation?
So right
How many?
now, I'm really, I'm basically just supervising, especially like the base that, if they're not MDs yet, I'm supervising them, and yeah, I'm just basically right now simplifying, as the Emmeline right here, she's doing the presentation with John, right? I am just supervising them, and just going over, jumping in if we if I need to. But yeah, pretty much the three, I mean, it's pretty easy, really. Like, people now are making like progress, that it's easier to explain with this we they just go basically where you put your money, right? It's easier now. So yes, we have more independent trainers now, Cervic, with Terry in the base. Also, we have Kelvin in the base. They're independent, mostly now, going out there and really bringing people. In our recruiting is numbers right now. Our goal, as I promised, right, is 100 recruits this month. So we're fighting to get there. We're fighting every day to get there, to contribute to our goal, and making sure that our teammates is also doing their GX, is just basically just GX in, GX out.
Well, now you have more time to work on the roots, too, right? Because now you have to worry about the trunk. You don't have to worry about the MDs or the trainers that you have. They're bringing in the raw material, and of course, now you have more time to look at the raw material and say, okay, this is where I'm focusing. The scary part is you're building a base shop here in Oak Brook in Chicago. So I told my leaders, man, you guys are too slow. That's why Melissa is now recruiting here. So make sure we we recruit. So but also I think with the simplicity is our biggest our best weapon, right? I think in WSB, because now you see the beauty of simplicity. Now you feel like you can build so many states, right? You were in Illinois, you were in Vegas, right, where your base shop is. Also
Yes.
now you have New Orleans, right, or Louisiana, right?
Yes.
uh then you also have Arkansas coming back strong. You got Yuba City, you got SoCal. I mean, the sky's the limit now. And now because of the simplicity, the ultimate weapon of simplicity, expansion. You don't worry about, oh, how do I, how do I build 10 different cities or 10 different states? Now you know that with the simplicity of this, duplication's faster, like Zwin was saying earlier. So now you are just headed for the sky, right? Unlimited. So great, thank you. Uh, so I guess also in our team, just before I open it up to the rest of the community, Mia also wanted to chime in a little bit about the re-energizing, right, of Rise team, and her team, because for the longest time, they were doing okay, triple digit recruiting, but I think now with this, I told Mia, your team, is capable of 300 recruits minimum, with a snap of a finger. So that's something that I think Mia's going to work on this next 2 months or so by G25. So Mia, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Coach Victor. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, you're right. About the energy. Is different. With everybody in the team. Just understanding that they are capable of bringing big numbers because everything right now is so simple. I'm still here in Texas, coming out of Trainer Academy in Austin. But today I expect to deliver results. With just my folder right here. With my saving your future folder. I have some blank papers here for my three circles, three boxes, and I have my printed four boxes. But across the team, when coming out from the summit and the retreat, all of us, our teammates, our leaders, we made sure that we are prepared, right? We made sure that we have, we know that we got to have the tools. We know that with the home BPMs, we got to make sure that we bring it out there immediately. But we got to make sure that we have our tools ready, right? So but it didn't take long. Like I tell everybody, the best way to do it, the best practice to do it is just out there doing it immediately. So I have some pictures here to share, but even from non-licensed associate to associates, or people who didn't have any momentum before, now picking back up because of their belief in the home BPM. So I just wanted to share a few pictures of those of our teammates who have shared, and some of these are posted on our WSB community. Like, so many of us, have been doing so many home BPMs, whether with several of them or, with one family, right? Doing the simple presentation, and I know that some of us, many of us have been doing the saving your future, but the difference this time is that we are intentional. We are intentional and so clear that we got to deliver it in a short period of time, because we got to bring the results. So you see here Reggie, right, ready with his folder, this SYF in the four boxes. We do multiple home BPMs. We don't wait for them to get to the office, because we know that we can bring so much for, like this family that have several kids, right? So instead of them going to the office, we say, hey, we want to see you, because I know maybe your time is limited right now, but we know we have some great information to share. We do one-on-ones. We do, like this teammate of mine, I in Washington, very new in the business. But it used to be where I have to be there. They wait for me or Carl, to get results. Now, they're doing it on their own, right? They have their folder ready. They join. They just point, and read. And because of the belief, she came with me. She went with me to the retreat in San Jose, and now she's just doing it on her own. This teammate of mine, again, right, like, she's not licensed yet, but already GX2. Okay, because of the simple presentation. Now she's doing the home BPMs herself. We have more and more leaders going back, to the home BPM trail. Many of our teammates, just going back, to the simplicity of it. So you see us, right? Like, here field training our teammate, and showing her, how simple it is, to get result. Like from this appointment, we actually was able to bring two recruits, the husband and wife. Initially it was just the wife, but then the husband signed up, as soon as she got home, and she said, you know what, you got to sign up with me, right? And our teammate, all we showed her was the SYF. Okay, and the four boxes and the circles, three boxes, right? And she said, I didn't realize, that this is something that I can do so simply, and it makes so much sense that people need to hear about this, right? People don't know, about our solutions, and I can share it so simply. And that's why, she also has an urgency to get, her license, right? Like get her GX, but also like not wait too long, to get her license. So you see here, right, like so many teammates, like really, bringing it down to the level where people can understand, like sharing, the simple tools of showing the compensation, whether drawing it out, or using the page, from our system builder, or this page, from the trainer academy. So a lot of our teammates are building so much confidence, and I just cannot wait, to see by the end of this month, like the total number, from our teams. But Victor, my goal is to have as many of these. I take a picture, of every three circles, three boxes that I do, and whenever I have an appointment, and my goal is to just, keep a stack of them, like, keep them, and, show to the team that, hey, really, as long as you keep doing it, as long as you stay simple, not only will you get your results, but you will also be able to duplicate faster than before, because you keep it clear, simple, and fast. So, this month, Vic, Coach Victor, we have, many teammates who are on track, to you're fighting for Kahuna. I know that this month, our goal is to, finish Kahuna and make sure that we have multiple GX teammates, not just the ones who have qualified before, but new teammates also, finish, GX, their GX, just because of this simple presentation right here. Again, for some of our teammates, some of people have asked me, like some people who I met, in Austin, asked me, so Mia, like that's so simple, I gotta practice so that I can do it so simply like you did, when you shared it up there. I said, you know what, you don't need to practice, you just have to go do it. You've seen me do it one time. I'm sure you've seen your trainer do it. All you got to do is do it on your own. That's the best practice you can do. All you got to do is share, and as you keep doing it multiple times, okay, you realize that you just flow so naturally. Okay, you just flow so naturally, and then the next step is that, hey, we have a great opportunity here, right? Like whoever moves, money, will make money. So why not, join this great business? Why not join this opportunity so we can educate, we can, educate families, and you have the solution right in your hands. You see how simple I do it. You see it makes sense. So you see so many people don't have this, right? Why not you do it with me together? Okay, so when she heard that, she said, oh yeah, you're right. Right, so again, right, it's not, about, practicing it, like on your own. It's going out there, is the best practice you can do, and you just, become a master of it, because we do it so many times and so simple. Thank you,
Yeah.
Victor.
Well, this is the beginnings of our team. Remember, 2006 when you joined, we were just doing Cobra project. Back then, we had the overhead projectors. We'd write on the projector, three circles, three boxes, and from there, we have what we have today because of the simplicity and the duplication that involves. But more also, it creates confidence. I think maybe a lack of confidence before because it wasn't as simple as we may have needed to present it. But now there's no excuse. I mean, if that 20-year-old mother of an 11-month old says that, man, this is the napkin was the one that attracted her the most, and that tells you, right? Simplicity sells. That's what people are looking for. I just want to know, just like what Coach always says, right? What do we pay? What do you get? It's the same thing, right? With the business, they just want to know, what am I gonna do, right? Or what is it that you do, and can I do it, right? Or what is it that you do, what's good about it, and what can I do it, and that's it. And if you can show it on a napkin, just like Southwest Airlines started, man, we're just gonna grow this whole WSB into a well-known name, not only in US and Canada, but eventually all across the world, because this is what this is what excites me about this, is that such a powerful presentation, not even a presentation, a conversation. So that's why I told everyone, this is a conversation you have over pizza, over a burger, over a drink, over whatever, right? You don't even need an HDMI cable and plug it to a TV to tell people how excited you are about the new industry, how excited we are about growth and safety that most people don't know about, how excited we are about learning about tax advantages that most people don't have access to. That's what we're excited about, among many other things. But I think if we can just convey that, people are attracted to it. They're like, yeah, I see, I see the point of joining. Just like that couple you talked about, or just like, even people who maybe got on board before and didn't quite do anything. Now with this, it's like they get re-energized. They do this. They want to do it again. They want to get licensed now, and there's a reason to get licensed, right? Like what I've been telling you guys, right? $22 trillion is sitting in safety, right? 17 plus trillion is sitting on brokerage accounts and stocks and all this, 401ks, right? So almost $40 trillion just between those two circles, right? We have a chance to move into something that will grow with safety, and that's just, that is a huge business. And when people see that, they're like, okay, I get it now. I know what you're doing now, right? So they won't ask you, oh, what is it that you do? Just like what I used to get when I used to just do the flip chart. And after that, it's crazy. I would spend 30, 45, sometimes a longer time talking about the flip chart, and then at the end they would still say, okay, so what do you do, what is it that we offer, how do you make money? So now with this simple presentation, I'm glad I brought you guys to Gold Street end of May, right? I'm so happy I made that call for our GXers, because after that, I remember even Coach Alicia said, and I was happy Ping Ping was there, and she was so excited. She shared that binder, right? Her binder with just how, with the pre-printed 4 boxes of IUL, of index annuity, accumulation and income and RILA and the asset care. And then she put it in a binder with the cost, the startup cost, and the one flip chart in there. And of course, you can do the 3 circles on a piece of paper, on napkin, anything, right? But it's just, once we had that, I was like, this is it, right? And I know Mia was one of the first ones to run with it. I ran with it. I just made a whole bunch of copies, put it in binders, told Joyce that let's get our assistants to put some of these together. We just handed them out, and now my base shop, they're doing it, right? They have a binder like you, like your team, and now they're doing their own one-on-ones with that, or even on home BPM. So man, it's just exciting times to explode, not grow, explode, right? And so I'm excited about this whole thing. Thank you, Mia. Um, so actually, I'm gonna bring up. I forgot to bring up some. Yeah, I need to. This is very important, right? So we have a couple milestones we want to celebrate from within Titan X, right? So I saw Landon Ford earlier on chat how 60 months moved his income from 300,000 to $2 million, right? But here, Rakesh Khanna is on his way. Rakesh is a product of Titan X, just hit 500,000 income recently. So, Rakesh, are you on tonight, today, this morning, afternoon?
Yes, Coach Victor, I'm here.
All right. Congrats.
Thank you, Coach Victor. And I want to thank every single one of the Titanex coaches here because this is what changed my life and a lot of people who depending on our community, right? So, and I recently posted about the thing in WSB community how it's changing, and if everything goes well, again it's a default of the system. We will be completing our $500,000 ring this month, hopefully. And also, last month we had 6 GXs in the team. And this month, we are winding up with 8 GXs in the team. And the aim is to become Big Kahuna. And we are on that, Coach Victor.
So how many GXs? Six in the
Last month we had 6 GXs.
month, and then this
Yes.
month.
This month we are on track with 8. Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll be finishing. Yeah, the aim is like having that 10 GXs coming out with in a short span of time, so that we can reach to Big Kahuna as I promised to Coach Swan during the New York the Titan X convention.
Well, I'm glad you're talking about it, about your milestone in terms of GX, right? Because for many, many, many years now, couple of years now, we've been talking about, the GX program is really all you need to focus on in in your base shop, right? In your team, to get whatever you want, whether it's income, and of course, income is a big part of it too, right? So, you said 8 and 6, 14 divided by 2, 7. You're $500,000 income. So, I mean, there's no, what else do we need to show, right? What else do we need to show everyone? Of course, Melissa hit her $1 million income, averaging about double-digit GXers every month in her base shop, right? So there's nothing for us to really wonder about, right? There's no secret sauce. There's no secret, right, Rakesh? Unless you're not telling the truth here. You're not telling us all the truth. Are you hiding something? Why you hit 500,000? Or is it just really that simple, right? I mean,
The system is very clear, Coach, because most of the time people think there are secret. There's no secret. It's simple as it is, follow the system. Because if there is a secret, Coach Swan would have shared with us with full heart because he never hide, right? So it is about discipline and moving. Also, last year, Coach Victor, the momentum really happened because we took around 40 people to the G24. There is where the real momentum started because people start understanding the importance of GX, and there is where everything picked up. And this year, we are aiming to take at least 80 people. We are on track. The only thing is the Canadian visa, US visa for the newcomers, or else we would have able to move 100 plus people out there.
okay, but you're on track to about 80
Yeah.
coming from Canada.
Yes, that's what we are aiming. Yes.
That's all. That's great. Awesome. Glad you're sharing all this, because sometimes we hear ourselves, me and Coach, and we always say the same thing, but it's a breath of fresh air always to hear from all you guys share that, yeah, what we're saying is really happening, right? And you're the proof of that. So awesome. Congrats. Anything
Thank you.
else?
Yeah, that's all. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. When you hit 1 million.
Possibly next year, same time.
Okay. Don't
Yeah.
make it possibly, make it for sure.
Yes, for sure.
So the secret, Rakesh, as you said, is what? Focus and discipline. And I think, as Landon Ford always says, nothing will beat hard work. That's the secret, right? So, yeah, congrats, great
Thank
job,
you. Thank
and
you.
keep it up, right? Keep it coming. And then also we have a new CEO from Titan X. Really excited to introduce her and have her share a little bit now, but I'm sure tomorrow or whenever we'll have her share as well. Michelle Lee is a new CEO. Congratulations.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, Michelle, I mean, not a lot of people maybe know you. I know you, but why don't you share a little bit about yourself, your background, and how the CEO happened too?
Hi, good morning, Titan. My name is Michelle. My background is business owner. So I'm doing WG is 11 years already. I think number one, thank you. My mentor is head coach Swan and Alicia and the Titan as also my teammate, also my family. I'm in the Titan since July 2020. So in that time, I'm a first time qualified Titan. So in that moment, because really, that's why everybody mentioned about the Titan as really saved my life, also saved my family life. So in that time, every time I saw the Swan, when I joined the business, I saw the head coach Swan in the stage, right, talking about 8 hour nonstop. So I said, wow, this man is why he don't want to drink the water. You know, he nonstop talking to helping the people. You know, for coach, he really changed my mind, opened my vision. He always say, when you believe, something will be happen. So we know in the since Titan, since 2020, because my uprise moved to a different state. In the office, we just like punching the young people, you know, like in a business. I'm the older one in the business, 11 years in the business, but most people is a 7 year, 8 year. So because of the Titan, every month I want to qualify. I just want to qualify. I don't know why. I just say I believe in the coach. I believe in this program. Maybe one day I can become somebody. You know, since it's for the CEO is in a position, it's another for commitment because it's so that's why coach mentioned about that. You don't run anything for title, but for this time CEO, I'm ready for all in for the CEO. I did not run. I just follow the system because I still remember in the 2024 in that moment. I think 2024 in the February, our team decided to run for CEO after the lunch. Very excited. Everybody is so excited. So after 3 weeks later, everybody cool down. Nobody helping us to run for CEO. So in that moment, you know, I'm very sad, you know, in the moment. After 2024, couple months later, I dropped off the Titan because I consistent in the Titan for 4 years. But in that moment, I'm dropped out. I think it's in the June or July. I did not in the Titan. So in August 2024, in that morning, our head coach Swan called me. He called me. He called me. I did not pick up the phone because in that time I'm in an appointment. But after he texted me, he said, "Michelle, do you have time? I want to talk to you." Oh, I got very nervous, you know. Michelle's so small. Why is coaches call me, right? So after the coach, we have conversation. Coach say, "Michelle, Wednesday or tomorrow, do you have time for 2 hours? But do you have time for something?" Then I say, "Yes, Wednesday I have time." So the coach spend his own time, you know, coaching me for 2 hours in a Zoom. In that moment, really changed my mind, changed my vision. Coach say, "Michelle, running for CEO is not one time deal. You need to declare every single time. You let your team know that, right?" I think it's very important. Then coach told me who's Bubble Cha, who's your SMD, who's your base shot, right? Then he mentioned one thing. He said, you need to put your SMD into the Titan. If your team in a Titan, you can become whenever you achieve. So for our team, right, like Johnson, you everybody know that, right? Right now income is over 430. Because before I told Johnson into Titan, he said, "No, Michelle, no." But after coach mentioned about it, he in the Titan right now until 1 year consistently. Sometime in, sometime watch, right? Consistently. It's not only say we can build a team, but the Titan program, because this business, this system, the running helping you to build a teammate. So I think I'm so I was so thankful because if not Titan saved my life, maybe Michelle only make a 400K around for a couple of years already. I'm very, you know, don't like my cash flow for 400K around for many, many years. But I think this time we saw my teammate, right? Everybody fight for it. So we just want to do for it, just believe. I just mentioned about it. For Michelle, I'm not smart, but I'm very consistent because I know this system really can helping you to go to next level. Just believe, then just do it. That's my sharing. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. How many? So, how many months? Or how long have you been in Titan X? More or less, like
Since 2000 July, August.
August of last year. Okay.
No, 2020.
Oh, 2020. Okay, since the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So another product of Titan X from the beginning of Titan X. So awesome job. Thank you again for showing us an example again of how, right, being in the right place with the right program, with the right environment, right, and the right system can, you don't have to really quote unquote run for it. It will organically happen. It will run as you run the system. You will get everything else you want. Right. So
Yes.
thank you again, Michelle.
Thank you.
Excuse me. And then actually, I wanted to invite our coach Alex here. Coach Alex, you and your team have been spearheading the growth and and recruiting. You hit 1,000 recruits last month. Home BPMs. I mean, I see uh, stories and posts about like all your leaders, not just so many, right, all over the country, just blanketing the whole country with home BPM. So just in continuation with what I started earlier, maybe you can offer and share some tips or some whatever, some things, good news that you and your team uh, have been doing right in the last really last many years now, but especially with the growth recently. So, Coach Alex, ¿cómo
Thank you,
estás?
Coach.
A long time no see.
Right? Since Saturday, I believe. Thanks for the opportunity also to work together this past Saturday was a powerful event. By the way, what you share about, sometimes you have to hear many, many times when you broke down the conversation breakthrough, Mr. A, Mr. B. I think it depends on the moment, the energy that you're sitting. Because myself, I was looking at it. Um, Mr. B, you have 100, you get 20. Now you do 20 times 5, you have 100, and you keep doing that all the way to the 65 percent, and then you keep doubling, the duplication number, and it was what, over 700% or so. So I decided to share that with the team this morning, and some of our leaders said, "Man, I just spoke to this guy. He kept talking to me about 100%, but I didn't understand, the way you guys now explain it this morning. Now I got it. I can follow up." So my point is that, whether it's the breakthrough conversation that we learned from head coach back uh, in the WSB Titan retreat, whether it's the home BPM, the simple presentation, the education. These are tools that you have to repeat many, many, many times to really understand it, but you have to do it in a fast time, meaning that the fastest you do it within 3, 4 days, 7 days max, you do at least a couple of times a day. I think we can master the duplication of the trainer, which is the ultimate goal. And because of that, people feel confident to do their home BPMs. This weekend, we have home BPMs on many places. I host my own home BPM also as well. And because of that, our average recruiting in the weekend is almost 100 people, which now we target maybe 300 to do between Friday to Sunday, which I call the prime time to do home BPM. And now all of a sudden, people are willing to do daily basis, like, every day is a good day to do home BPM. It's very easy to do, very predictable. But now you also share the napkin presentation. So simple. Now I don't even need an iPad anymore. Now I can just give me a napkin, and we can show you why, growth, safety, and how you combine those two, tax advantage, uh, tax deferral, and tax now, how you combine these three. So it's so easy to duplicate the trainers. And that's why I think, our new wave is becoming stronger. And by the way, those people that you see online posting and all of that, those are people who just joined maybe 12 months ago, 18 months ago. It has nothing to do with the thing that we tried to build, 5 to 10 years ago, maybe. This is as a brand new team that just got trained because of the new way, because of the way that I believe the business is supposed to work today. And that is something that even myself, I've been here 20 years. I had to learn how to renew myself daily. I had to, focus to me is sit down, listen to the trainer, listen to the person speak, and you got to learn something because to me, even though coach did a great job back in Gold Street, but this time when you did it again, I feel, man, I can do it. I can grab that 100, break it down to the 20, to the 5, to the 10, to the 5, and I can do the multiplication, and I can show people how you can make 600 to 700%. And what can I say? The business has become so predictable. And lastly, the other thing I want to mention is that myself, I got, 6 personal recruit, I believe, right now, the last 2 months. And it's pretty nice that out of 6 people, 4 active right now, 4 active, running DGX. It's a program that has nothing to do whether you speak English, Spanish, or whatever language, in my opinion, because as I mentioned, a lot of our people don't even speak English, but they can say GX. They can talk about GX and they can feel proud about what GX represents. And I think once we focus on the simple presentation, the home BPM GX becomes a very normal thing to do. It's the standard of a great business, not just for personal growth, but also, to keep building. And I feel like this is just, the beginning. There's nothing yet. The last thing I want to mention is how we expecting, the big convention, which is, about 30 days from now. What I can advise to every single leader here, you have to get momentum right now. The momentum is here, but some of us, we really need to cram a lot of momentum because the way I believe about convention is that if I work really, really hard the next 2, 3 weeks and I pick up my momentum, I do the best momentum I can so far for the year, which by the way, I think that's what I feel so far right now, that I think we have the best momentum so far for the year. I believe convention can you know things time that momentum. That's the way I feel. Like whatever momentum I have right now, I can convention is gonna do 10 times a bigger momentum for me and for many others, especially the way coach has designed what we wanna experience in Sacramento. So that's why right now it's nothing but home BPM, big event, Sacramento because yeah, we had a 5 tickets that we put aside in my base, which obviously now is zero because yesterday we I think we got another couple of people to agree to come. So now we're gonna start now getting new more tickets from my own base. I'm talking about my base. And just to let you know, we're at 23 right now in the base. We will do over 30 in the base. We will have a 150,000 base shop this month, and that is the reason why the language is let's do a huge base shop, maybe possible 200K base shop, but I want to make sure I get that momentum from the base, so my the convention Sacramento can get my base shop to maybe 50 recruits, 200,000, and then I can compete with some of you like Melissa and other people. Hey, I want to have a 50 recruit base shop, and it has nothing to do with working harder, in my opinion. It has to do working with discipline. With the discipline, the duplication, using the tools, build the home BPM consistently, and believe that the next 30 days can be your next best 30 days. We're only 1 week away from the end of June, and we're in the end of the month mindset right now. I say, hey, listen, it's the end of the month. This is where everyone fights for their personal GX. Every big builder will fight for their Kahuna GX, and you let the rest, taken care by the convention. So other than that, Coach Victor, I think August is gonna be mind blowing. But in my opinion, for you to experience your best August, your best month so far for 2025, it's got to be in action right now. So in my agenda, in my mind is only two things: home BPMs, big events. That's it. Everything else is in there. There's not much I need to create. I just got to go a little more, crazy in regards to the home BPM system and making sure every home BPM I find somebody to agree to come to convention. And other than that, I think is the winning formula in my opinion right now.
I I think this is very clear. It's been proven throughout the years that when you see an SMD base shop, when they begin, when they engage into the home BPM, that will be a success base shop. And I observed that in a base shop, if you have about 3 team members who can do home BPM, you have a very, very good base shop. You have about 5 who do home BPM in your base, you have a big base shop. And you have about 10 guys, you are dominate a giant base. Um, if you want to become big, there are no other way than you have to have home BPM, because BPM, home BPM first, and BPM is after. I mean, you talk about the flight and the hub. You gotta have a lot of flight. You cannot counting in the hub. So if you can be able to have enough pilot, right? You have 3 pilots, you have a pretty good 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 run. You have 5, man, that's wonderful. And so 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 I think it's getting very clear, and it's just a matter of when you're gonna do it, because it's so proven, and what fastest way to become successful and solve all the problem business is that when you start going out and focus on home BPM and start duplicating your team, I think within about 3 months, you're gonna have about 3 guys have that habit. Let's say it's about 6 months, you have 5 guys. In a year, you have 10 guys who do that. I don't think anybody can compete with your base shop. So it's pretty clear, and it probably you don't have anything to look around. The success, the 7-figure earner is right there in front of you. It's just a matter of how fast you duplicate those people who do home BPM. And when you look at the bubble chart, there's so many possibilities. There's so many bubble because the GX. The GX create a lot of bubble for you to do home BPM. Every month there's several guys in your team to do 3 recruit 15K. Every recruit is a potential home BPM. So home BPM is a must. Just like you have the fish, you just learn how to cook it. Just have If you have a burger, you got to learn how to flip the patty on the grill. It's it's home BPM, and and whatever your business model is, you don't need to change much, but just add it on and focus that to make sure that it's not people in your team duplicate the home BPM. You start first and you train 1, you train 2, you train 3, and one day you have 5 or you have 10 people in the base, and it will be it's explode itself. All the base shop right now, I can see that there will be 30, 50, 100 recruit in the base because of what we are seeing ahead of time. So I think, we're going to see some spectacular explosion right after convention, because the convention will be the point of explosion for every one of you. So, and then, we have 30-day left, and there's nothing more powerful than to get the next 30-day, every last minute people who, you know, 1 month or less who go convention, those are the most powerful people because they just join. So make sure that you bring all those guys that you recruit in the last few weeks, plus in the next few weeks, make sure they go to convention. Thank you, guys.
Let's go to work. Last week of June. Let's hit GX and Dynex and Kahuna Big Kahuna. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Coaches,
coach.
thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you. Thank you, coach. Thank you, coaches.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's 12 o'clock. I'm still in bed. Take a drive.
Recording.